116 people, and she told me point blank that you're not going to make it. And she asked me, Ki, what do you want to do after? Like, which company do you want to join? And I told her, ma'am, I don't want to join a company. That was the first time I felt someone talk to me. It felt like a slap on my face.
How you are clearing, the aptitude game, application game, and selection game, how you prepared yourself to master all the three levels.
Some 6 to 7 hours for aptitude, one day. It's very terrifying. I have had panic attacks. I have had a very bad phase of my life also during this 1 year of journey.
All right, so welcome everyone in the big Hall of Fame interview. This session is going to be the big bulb on, and it is going to really give you a lot of energy, hope, and positivity to do whatever it takes. Today, I'm honored to welcome Sana. She is part of our community, and she is a beautiful soul. Because when I talked to her for the first time, she had an aspiration, dream, but today she had a vision. That's the complete shift for her. Definitely, she's able to crack SIBM Pune, IIMs, MTEP aptitude level. She's able to go ahead and now she's going for the interview rounds and everything. What I want to hear is this journey is not about that how a student clear the top level colleges, but it is how they break through their own limiting beliefs and how they overcome their own challenges and setbacks. And Sana has a beautiful journey to share. And this is going to really be a next milestone for you because when you listen to her, you will also see that power in it. So welcome, Sana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. It's really good to be here.
Great. So, Sana, why don't you quickly give a brief introduction about you, where you are coming from, so everyone know from where you are. Go ahead, Sana.
Yeah, right. So, as your sir brilliantly introduced to me, I don't think I deserve all of that. He really outdoes himself every time. So, my name is Sana Shams, and I belong to the city of Asansol in West Bengal. And currently, I am in the final year pursuing my bachelor's in technology, specializing in electronics and communications engineering. And I was also an aspirant of the MBA entrance exams this year, 2024, the previous year, and I sat through all the exams literally. And I had been a part of VAIR for almost a year now, and it has been a super transformational, life-changing experience for me. And after all that roller coaster of a journey, I am here today sharing my story.
Good. Good to hear that. And when you see colleges like SIBM Pune, you see colleges like IIMs on your bucket list, how it makes you feel about your own journey that you are taking forward. Go ahead, Sana.
It feels very surreal, looking back, it feels like the little
Hmm.
girl who, started dreaming this. It looked like so far away. These are really big words, SIBM, Pune, IIMs. It looks almost impossible when you see it from that perspective. When you're just a little girl, you want to do something in life, and then you think about all these big names. And then you look at the whole process. There's a whole exam. People say that it's one of the toughest exams of the country. It's one of the most challenging courses to do an MBA. And there's a whole GD, there's a PI, there's shortlisting. You literally have to be the top 1% of the population. So it's very nerve-wracking for a beginner to even begin that dream. And today when I saw that it's almost there, it's almost materializing in front of me, it does not look so impossible. It does not look so overwhelming because I know that I have already covered so much ground and I have put in the work. So now it feels reachable. But at the same time, there's also immense gratitude to the universe, to the team, to you, sir, of course, and to my parents, everyone. They have had a very big role in this journey. And yeah, I have always believed what you have said, that higher education is a spiritual game. You really have to
Hmm.
be aligned, you really have to be connected to yourself first, and to your surroundings. So yeah, it feels so surreal, but yeah, I'm trying to be detached from the outcome, but there's always a little heart in there. You have put in so much of work and it's almost there, so it feels really good.
I'm happy to see that achievement for you because not only you evolved as a spiritual person, but also as a wealthy leader, like we talked about, instilling the beliefs of relationship. You align your relationships with your family. Okay. You instill the belief of health. you worked on your emotional, mental, physical health, and definitely you put best effort for your career to get the best career opportunities and secured life. So, Sana, when you thought of going ahead for the MBA and you thought of kickstarting your journey, so what were the initial roadblocks that you find that were stopping you in your preparation? What were the initial challenges that were there?
Yeah, well, the very first one that I faced was back when I was like passing out from class 12. And
Hmm,
I wanted to go directly into IPMAT because I was clear. I wanted to pursue this
hmm,
journey. I wanted to go for IPMAT. But then that was the year that COVID fell in.
hmm,
Okay, we had a whole lockdown, and then my parents were not very safe sending me outside, with those circumstances. And then
hmm,
I thought, ki, this does not have to be a roadblock, right? Maybe this is a sign that I don't have to be there right now. Maybe it's not my time yet. Maybe this is a time for me to do something else and prepare myself for that journey. So I
hmm,
got to BTech. Okay, I foresaw that was the time when all these innovations and technologies were coming up. Chat GPT was just beginning at that time, and people were talking about it, and they were very threatened by it. कि अरे बच्चे लोग homework कर रहे हैं यार इससे. So it was in the buzz. And that was a time when I felt my parents, my mentors, my teachers, every one of them told me that Sana, this has a lot of scope. So in the future, even if you go for a management, any industry that you go in, technology will be a part of it. So invest
hmm,
in it now, and then you can always pursue your dream. So that is what I did.
hmm,
3 years of 4 years of BTech. Then the second roadblock came in my third year when I was sitting for the training and placement season was starting.
hmm,
And we had a trainer come in for our communications training, and she was a very well-known, renowned person from our company ABC, and she was training us. She was taking turns talking to everyone, asking us to introduce ourselves and everything. And she asked me, Ki, what do you want to do after, like which company do you want to join? And I told her, ma'am, I don't want to join a company. I am looking
hmm,
forward to a master's degree, and I will not be sitting in this training most probably, in this placement most probably. And I don't know how it happened, or why she took it to heart, but she literally just stood there in front of the whole batch, 116 people, and she told me point blank that you're not going to make it. I had told her that I want to be in a leadership position, I want to be in a managerial role. And she said to me that you will not be in a managerial role. You will get into an entry level L&T position. You will waste 2 years of your life, and you will end up in a role where you will be paid even less than these engineers right now.
hmm,
And that was the time I just froze because I did not know how to handle that. I just froze.
hmm,
I did not have any response to that. And that was the first time I felt someone talk to me. It felt like a slap on my face. Okay. And that was the moment I realized that I do have a dream, but I cannot back it up because I have no action to back it up.
hmm,
If I don't have the work done for my dream, what right do I have even to tell people that I do have a dream? So I could not show up for myself that time. And that is when I realized that in a way, I would say that I really owe a lot to that woman. And it's not coming from a place that I want to prove something to her. I don't even know her full name. I don't have a contact detail. I probably wouldn't even see her again in my life. But when she came at me like that, she really showed me the holes in my dream. That I
hmm.
had a dream. I wanted to reach up high, but I did not.
It was
My
a trigger for you to do
Yeah,
whatever it takes. It
yes.
was a trigger for you. Hmm.
That is when I got neck deep into it. I found VAIR, and then there's no looking back from then.
Yeah, look, whenever the challenge comes to your life, someone says something, it is a trigger.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that trigger starts a beautiful journey. It is like, metamorphosis, right? Moving from this to that. Okay. It's like
yeah.
butterfly, the journey of transforming you as a butterfly. So all these events are very important in our life that trigger us to change things that are not working. So everything happens for a reason that I firmly believe in. So
True.
when you moved ahead in this journey, and So how this whole process of, handling your inner voices, your little voices, seeing the competition, seeing the maths, seeing the difficulty levels, how you overcome that in inner game perspective, Lo? How you master your inner game to get the results that you are getting today. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, it was surely not overnight for sure.
Mm,
That's something I can say. It took a lot of time. Takes a lot of conscious effort to do it
mm,
because it does not come easy. There's a lot of times I have stayed up at night crying because I felt that what if it does not work out? My whole year will be wasted. I have no backup to go to. I don't have a job to fall back on. Everything will be lost. All this money that my parents have invested, that will go to waste. And then
mm,
everybody is going to hate me. Everybody is going to say all kinds of things. And then plus I don't have a chance. Maybe I'm not from an IITs. I don't have a chance of sitting in that examination and talking to all these industrialists and veterans, and what chance do I have? What am I thinking? So I have had nights like that. It's very terrifying. I have had panic attacks. I have had a very bad phase of my life also during this 1 year of journey, and that is why I believe that this year was really the investment that I have made for the rest of my life. I felt that this was a very important year for me, but then slowly after having put in the work, like you literally told me every single day, Sana, 3x, 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 this is not enough, this is not enough, this is not enough. And at the time it felt like, what more will be enough? What can I do that sir will be happy? Will he ever be happy? And now I know that you wouldn't have. No matter what would I have, no matter how much work I would have done, there was always room for more. You would have always said 3x. But then that really put me into a cycle of discipline. Ki like, okay, these things will go on. You will keep doubting yourself. Keep a time frame for that. Okay, you want to worry. Okay, worry between this 1 hour and the rest 23 hours. Do the work. So that is what I did. I allocated time for worrying. कि ठीक है, you take your time, जितना दिमाग खराब करना है इस 1 घंटे में तुम कर लो. And then I started putting in the work, excuse me, and I found back my roots. I found myself. I used to talk to myself in the head. I still do that. I love doing that. I love talking to myself. It's very liberating, and it's very clarifying कि what's happening. So I still do that, and I used to talk to myself, and I started allocating time. I made a plan. I got into doing stuff what was required. I must have given close to 50 mocks before the exam season. Like I got crazy, I got obsessed कि नहीं अब तो करना है किसी तरह से करना है. Then I also got into spirituality. I started praying, and I used to cry in my prayers कि I am doing this much, all of this I have done. कि it's not possible for the universe to not give me back. Like I will not accept it. It's not possible that it will not come back. So when there is a whole year of all this, there's so much work that you have done, and when you see so many people believing in you, and like I still remember our Teachers' Day wish. I had wished you, and you had said that your time is coming, just waiting for it. So that moment was really something that I don't believe in myself, but somebody else who is teaching me, somebody else who has seen me from the outside as a third person's perspective, he is confident that I can do it, then why cannot I do it? I have to do it. There is no option, there is no contingency in which this does not work. This has to work. There are so many options out there, so many exams that I'm going to give. One of them will work. And it did, and it did. So when you have so many options, when you have so much confidence, when you know that you have put in the work, those voices eventually start to slow down. And then it comes around to you ना, like इतना कर लिया है, तेरा कैसे नहीं होगा, तेरा तो बनता है. It's that
mm,
day. So when I was sitting for those exams, I was stressed for the first one. I was terrified. My first exam was NMAT, and
mm,
supposedly in my head it was the easiest one because there's no
mm.
negative marking, and I did the worst in that exam. I did the worst. I could not even touch a 200. And the next one was CAT. In so that exam I was a little more accustomed to it. That went well. The next one was snap, three of them. Wahan pe I was like total chilled out. कि अब तो it's like habit, अब तो आदत हो गई है, there's no tension of it. I went so happy. I was not worried at all. I gave like 2 3 mocks. I went listening to music. I just sat, I gave in the test, and I came back, and snap was my best attempt. So
Hmm.
it really comes down to that if you're not worried about it, the voices slowly they start going off. And slowly you build up that confidence कि you're just as good as the rest of them, yeah. It's
It's
easy.
all inner game you worked on. It is more about that inner dialogue that happens
Yeah.
between the difference between the little voice and inner voice. Little voice says you cannot do it, you are not good enough, you are not capable, you are not going to make it. And the inner voice says that you can do it, you can make it. And it is up to you. You focused on listening to your inner voice rather than listening to your little voice. You trained yourself on that level. And that is, I'm even in the community have seen your journey, uh, absorbing the feedback, absorbing the journey that is coming up on your way. That literally transform your whole game. I think that is
Yeah,
a
I
beautiful
get
journey.
I get very critical with feedback. If anyone says something to me now, that really gets to me. That what is something that I lacked? It really gets to me. So I immediately just get back into it. This, so now you have to fix it. Somebody has said something, something is wrong. We
Hmm.
need to fix it ASAP. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that is beautiful part of this.
that is my
And when you implement one attempt admission model where you have like one-to-one mentorship from the best of the best experts, you have like customized training for aptitude, application, selection, and you have like holistic profile transformation, like certification, SOP, your profile building and everything. So how this journey for you literally help you to master all the three levels? If you can break down for all the listeners here who are not even aware about, the top college journey. So how you are clearing, the aptitude game, application game, and selection game, how you prepared yourself to master all the three levels. Everyone would love to hear that part. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, well, at the beginning, I was someone who did not even know that we
Mm.
have to fill a separate form for colleges. Like, I was at that state. I did not even
Mm,
know that. I was coming from that level. So, when I got into a wire at the beginning, I got to know that there are so many stages, there are so many layers to the admission process. Okay, the entrance exam is not just it. I used to feel that it is just it. There's going to be an entrance exam, there'll be counseling, and you'll get a college. But when I found out कि नहीं, there's not it. So that again, first of all, सबसे पहले it brings out tension कि अरे there's
mm,
so many stages and I don't know anything about it, right? So that is when I connected. I got the training plan for the whole process, and then we separated it down. We broke it down to blocks, three major blocks. There's aptitude, there's application, and there was selection. So aptitude was the first step. I think it was the most daunting step for me personally because of, like you said, quote math. So for me, it was the most challenging one. So I gave that the most time. But then I allocated time for application and selection as well, because when you clear that part and when you get to this position, this time frame right now, this month, this period, and you feel that after that, if यहाँ पे you miss ना, that is going to hurt harder. That is going to hurt like way bad than if you had just failed at entrance. So that is why I wanted कि नहीं, I don't want to do that mistake. Let's make a whole preparation, make it holistic, right? So what I used to do was every day I used to allocate like some 6 to 7 hours for aptitude, one day
mm.
for each subject intensively, one day for quant, one day for DILR, and one day even for English I used to keep it a little less frequent because I was more confident about it. Then what I used to do, the nights, like mostly I would say 11 to 1 a.m. That is like my super hour. That is when I my mind runs the best. So that is when I keep my time for my essays, my applications process, my domain, and all of that. So Akriti ma'am, of course, she handpicked this certification courses for me according to my uh, um, program, according to the program that I will be taking. So that was another headache that I got off my head. Ki there is a profile. What is a profile? What the hell is a profile? You give the exam and you get admission. Now, what is a profile? And then I got to know, ki no, there is a profile. They will see your class 10, class 12, your undergraduate work experience. If you have any, I did not have that. So more pressure on profile. You have to have skills, you have to have certifications. So I again stressed out ki which ones, how am I going to do it? So Akriti ma'am really broke it down for me. She gave me the names which one have to do, one for finance, one for HR, one for marketing, like that. And also she gave me the framework ki how you have to approach it, right? You have to have
Mm,
specific interview questions in mind when you are doing the course. Ki like what are you gaining from it, or how are you applying it, all of that. So that was a parallel study that I kept for the night time, because that is when I can like relax, unwind, and do this work. It was chill. Then Saturday, Sundays, I kept for the selection process. That was when I got into GDs and PI, and there's something I watch TED Talks, some of them. Like some of them
mm,
are really favorite. I really like Justin Baldoni's one. I like Shah Rukh Khan's one. So these were
mm,
I also watch it might be a little weird, but I watch the pageant question answer rounds. They are very interesting. And
mm.
good ones, like the
Miss
good,
Universe, Miss World.
yeah, yeah,
Mm,
like the good ones, they are very nice to see. You know, the way, the grace and the elegance with which they speak, it's really nice. So that is how I got into selection process. And then I would also read sometimes. I am a reader, hardcore reader, but I used to read fiction only, and I was like literally allergic to non-fiction books. But then eventually I got into that. I like got recommendations from you, and I like squeeze in a little time when I'm commuting, when I'm traveling or somewhere on that, and I squeeze in a little bit of time, and I used to read. So this was my whole week plan. Like you do 6 hours of intensive aptitude, you do some little chill application work on the sidelines, and then on the weekends you do selection process, but you do
that's
all,
how you broke down.
yeah,
Mm,
you do all of it. And I think there is not a single day in this journey that I have not done something. I have not had blank days. I have done something, I've done some little work, but I have done it. And I think that
mm.
really gave myself the assurance that I am showing up and it's going. Some days were very lethal. You don't want to work. It's cold, it's raining, you're tired, you're lazy. But then just something you have to do a little, whatever you want to do, just do it, but do it. And yeah,
That's
that,
the power of this. Yeah, that's the
yeah.
power of it. Like a lot of people, who start studying for IIMs, CAT and all the entrance exams, they get lonely in this journey. They get disconnected or they get overcrowded. Like those people who are offline studying, they are overcrowded. They do not find anywhere else themselves. They cannot connect with anyone because it's like hundreds and thousands of people in the class. The people who are online, they are ghosted. They do not even know they exist. And in that situation, you do not get connectivity and you are not able to feel human. That is the situation that happen. And then people get into the negative zone. But I'm glad that you worked on your discipline, your consistency, you stay connected with the whole group. That's powerful. So when it comes to your diamond members, your community, how they played a big role in order to really inspire you or energize you or be that you know group of people who are behind you to really make it happen. How that played a big role for you at diamond members level. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was like it felt like I have already achieved something. You know, when I was sitting for the diamond interview with Rinku ma'am, it felt like this is okay, this is like the first interview of my life. I have to kill it. So that was my sentiment at first. And then when I got into it and I saw all these people and they were like working holistically on all levels, and they're like a range of people. Someone is from pharmacy, someone is from medicine, someone is from for finance, and someone is like in his 40s and someone is in class 12. So it's like a whole range of cohort of people that are there. And then when you communicate with that, you know, everyone is talking about something different, everyone brings in a different perspective, and then you think कि, अरे मैंने तो ऐसे नहीं सोचा था. So that
Mm,
thing that has really built forward, you know, after session, when you hear all these people and then you hear those stories ki why are they doing what they're doing, and then
mm,
like people, everyone who is in this journey is the same. they're not that different, whether they are from a little school, from a little village school, or if they are from an IIT. They have the same story, and they're doing it for the same reasons, and they are literally on the same level. So why was I worrying about all this all along? So, that was one of the things. Secondly, I have made like some great friends here, and like friends who are actually pushing me to do more. Like every day when I joined for that session, and we had the inner circle calls, and everyone is being accomplished something, they're having a great week. So even when I'm having a bad week, I do feel bad looking at people are doing, but it's not from a place of jealousy, it's not from a place of inferiority, ki maybe I'm lagging behind. It's like ki if these people are doing this much, I can do at least this much. So that is how
Hmm.
it pushes forward you, right? And plus, when the diamond membership began, I got this chance for the SMTs also, the LCCs also, and then I got to know about all these world of things that goes on at the ground level. It's not just a plain interview. There are case studies. There are there are group exercises and role plays and so many things that I did not know about. And if I was not there, frankly, I in like a week's time, I will be going there blank, like I don't know what hit me. So that was something that I really needed to know beforehand. And then yeah, I even have these friends, and we talk about which calls you're getting, and how's it going for you, and where which city you have chosen. We have even practiced some GDs on the sideline. So it's a really good process. Like you said, that it gets lonely, it gets very lonely. It's a very competitive journey, and everyone is just trying to win, but it gets very lonely, and then you start getting negative. But when you have like such a community who is like-minded, who is doing things at the same level, and who is progressing at your level, they're getting the same things that you are getting. So it really creates a sense of belonging. कि you are doing something, but you're doing it together, so you don't have to be scared. Like whatever happens will happen with everyone. So that was something that I really needed. Otherwise,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Community is the magic because you become like the people you spend most of your time with.
Hmm.
So you are the average of the five people that you spend most of your time. So
Yeah.
this
This is
is like
something that
a
you said on the first session that I
Mhm.
joined up on the first LCC. This is some.
Yeah, that is the truth of life in true reality. Like one area that I love that specifically that you worked on is the relationship. Relationship with yourself, relationship with your family, and relationship with the people, in the external world. Okay, in terms of the friendship, Sakshi and Ayushi and all of them. So a lot of people who get into this journey of preparing for IIMs and top B school, they disconnect themselves with all these areas and they get into only intensify in academics, only quant and all of that. So how you overcome these challenges of relationship? Because what I found is that you have a great self-image, you worked on yourself, you align your family also in terms of the beliefs that we talked about, as well as you align yourself with the community also. So why you give equal amount of energy to your relationships in this whole path? What was your mental framework for that? Go ahead for this. Yeah.
This is actually a very long, old story. So, I mean, this
Hmm.
is basically the reason why I want to do an MBA. This is basically why I am in this journey. Like, it
Hmm.
was like back in, I must be some 10, 11 years old. And I had gone to the market with my family, and my father was,
Hmm.
and we had a man who came up to us, complete stranger.
Hmm.
I didn't know him. He came up to us, and he like met my father. He's like, sir, aap kaise hain, and everything. And he was meeting like this. He's like folding his hands, and he's like, kaise hain sir aap, bahut din baad dekhe. And I think my father for a second did not even recognize him, because he had retired. It had been a while. So, and then this man is meeting him with so much respect, and he's like talking all of it. And I thought, ki, who is this man? Suddenly he's a stranger, and in a public place he's coming up to my father. Like, who is my father actually? Like, why are people? So that was for a 10-year-old, that was a very crazy moment. So that was something that really stuck to my mind. And then Papa told me that he was like a driver in back in my office. He used to work in ECL. He was a personal manager, and there were drivers allotted to each officer. So he was a driver, and he used to drive for him. And he
Mm,
had a little problem with the working hours. Like they were like giving them really long hours. Okay, and they were like complaining about it, and they were not happy about it. So my father had like put in a word for him. This person is having this problem, just give him some cushion. So that had panned out, and like this guy was like so indebted to him, and he like literally thought the world of him. And a few days, or I think it was months, some more time had passed. And then one day, like we had this news, like we got a call, my mom got a call that there had been an accident. Like my father had been in a bike accident. And when I could not go, I was too young at that time. So when after 1 or 2 days, my father returned. He had a plaster on his foot. And we asked him, ki, none of us were there. And like, we got a call from the hospital. So who got you there? And my father says, ki, remember that man who had met us in the market? That driver, remember them? He found me and he got me into the hospital. And that
mm,
was a moment that I realized what my father, as a manager, had done in his life. And I understood that his service had saved his life for us. So I felt like this is the profession that I want to do. This is what I want to do in my life. And this is what I want to become. So, at the very beginning of my dream is the people that I care most about. The only reason that I am doing all of it is the people, are the relationships, and I really value that. And when I got into Wire, it happened for a while. I really got disconnected. I was in the corner of the screen. I did not used to talk to people. I thought, ki, I'll finish this year, I'll get my questions, I'll do my mocks, and I'll leave this place. I don't have to talk to people, I don't have to make friends. And then I even used to sit in my room, hold up. This is my room. This has I have stayed here for like a year, like completely isolated from the outside world. I used to sit here, and I did not even used to go downstairs in my own house, and I used to stay like this, disconnected with everyone. And then it was not happening. After a while, even if you're trying to study, it does not happen. So my father said, ki, let's go for dinner today. We will go to dinner, we'll go to barbecue, we'll have a good chicken dinner. Then you come back and you do your work. I said, no papa, I have class, and I have to do this thing, and I will miss it, and I'll have to cover it later. It's like, okay, you'll cover it, let's go. So very reluctantly I went. I had dinner. I actually had a very good time. And then when I came back and I got back to studying, I completed more work and I did it better. The next day, I
mm,
remembered it better. And I understood that it's all about the energy game. If I am not bringing the right energy, it does not work. If I am working 11 hours a day, it will not work for me. But if in the right energy, I am working 1 or 2 2 hours, it is going to give me a return. So when that concept cleared out, and then we got into the character rebuilding things, it for the application process, the whole character sketch, make your whole life story into that Excel sheet, all of it, like who are you
mhm,
angry at, how was your childhood, and all of that really brought up a lot of things that I had left unresolved. And
mm,
it doesn't have to, we don't have to like disturb it, let it be. What's the harm? But I said, no, no, this, there is a harm. If it has come up, it means that it's creating some blockage, and maybe it's time that you handle it and get it over with. So that was the time I decided to talk to you. I got into talking. I talked to my parents, and then slowly, step by step, I made some friends. She actually initiated the conversation with me. Otherwise, I would have stayed disconnected. I don't know how to make the first approach to a friend for being a friend. Like I don't know how to do that so easily. But she is like a great social person. She like connects with everyone, and she makes relationships so easily. So she actually came out to me. She forwarded like, "How do you want to be friends? Do you want to?" She said, "I'll tell you what she said." She messaged me on the VAIR app. She said, "Quote, Sana, do you want to rock this journey together?" Unquote. That is what she said, and I said, "Yeah, okay." So okay, and we were very good friends, and then she like helped me to like come back into the community, and then I got to talking, I opened up, I talked to more people, and then I start feeling that life is beautiful. Everyone, so many people I have my family around here, I have coaches, I have mentors, I have friends, and this journey doesn't have to be like a race. Like, you can enjoy this year, you can enjoy this time. It's such like a happy time of your life. This is what you've been waiting for all your time, and you're stressing about it. Enjoy it. So when I started thinking like that, it got easier. And then, yeah, I had relationships, abundance all around me. So
So it
yeah,
was some block that was there in you,
yeah, it was
and
a
the moment you open that block is removed, the whole abundance come. It is like the tap in the, it
yeah,
is like tap. The
yeah.
moment you open that tap, the whole flow of energy comes on your way. So, that is the thing, because a lot of people think that it is about practicing, it is about, putting more hours and hours, it is about doing every sheet and every book and all of that lead you to get into it. But in reality, it is your energy, it's your inner game, it's about how you look at yourself. And isolating yourself doesn't help. So I'm glad that you not only worked on your career part here, you also worked on your character part. Okay. You also worked on your contribution as a human being in your family. You need to contribute. You need to contribute in society. You need to contribute in community level. So that's a beautiful journey, Sana. I'm proud of you. You have gone through that self transformation. It was not some cont and verbal score and all of that. You evolve yourself as a human being. You enhance your quality of life with the relationships as well. So that is the breakthrough. Great. So, Sana, what is the one golden nugget you would love to share with everyone to go ahead and crack in one single attempt? What is the one golden nugget you would love to share with everyone? Your journey's essence, your wisdom's essence, your insights essence. It is like essence of everything that you have gone through. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I would say that it's easy. Don't think so much about it. It's supposed to be easy. It's not some rocket science that you won't be able to do. It's like human beings are doing it. So it's
Mm,
easy. Second of all, do not take credit. Do not for 1 second think that you have done this, because there are so many ingredients that have gone into making you what you are today. There's a part of your parents, there's a part of your community members, your mentors. There is even a part of God. I believe that in making you into that person. So never think that I have achieved this, I have done this. No, I have always approached it into seeing this as I have been given this. I don't think that I have achieved this. I have been given this. So if I have been given this, take it with gratitude and like justify it. If you have it, make sure that you deserve it, and then just be happy. This is supposed to be your dream. Don't stress over it and don't lose sleep over it. Like, be happy. I think I wish I got to that part a little early. I think I was happy by September, October, but I wish I had more of that time. And that is what happens with everyone, I'm sure. When you have that journey, you will feel that I wish I did this, I wish I did this. So don't have regrets in this journey. Like, full speed, gas on the pedal, and just go get it.
great. So, Sanam, this journey is starting point. Right now, you are starting this journey. And I know with the kind of grace and kind of spiritual energy and the alignment with the universe and having the right value system at the place, you are going to shine in this entire journey. I want to wish you all the best for all the calls to convert going forward in this opportunity and continue the service mindset that you have kept so far and help more and more and more and more people. This journey is about making India the next superpower. Always remember that is a bigger vision that we have. So I hope each and every one of you who have been in this particular video, you are here not by accident. You are here by choice. You are here because you need to hear this thing today. That it doesn't matter, whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter whether you think you can or you cannot. What really matters is, despite all of these negative emotions, limiting beliefs, you need to take action. Fear is normal. Everyone go through the fear. Self-doubt, everyone go through it. But despite all of those self-doubt and fear, you need to take action and overcome that. Because it is normal to fear this, but it is not normal that this fear decide your future. So that is the essence of what Sana is highlighting, that you need to work on your inner game. You need to work on your relationship. You need to work on your spirituality, your health. That lead you to get the essence of selection. So that is the beautiful journey of Sana. So we wish you all the best, Sana, for making it happen. More power to you. Let's take a quick picture. Yeah, let's do it. Awesome. Great. More power to you, everyone. Go ahead and do whatever it takes. And next time, you might be the next speaker on the special Hall of Fame interviews. More power to you, everyone. Take care.